Good morning again, and thank you for your patience. I decided to just set up a few little pieces, a few decks here. We've got Divine Guidance, which I've used before by Cheryl Lee Harnish. We have the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and artwork by Danielle Noel, which is a really cool box design as well. And then we've also got the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, which is the deck that I was going to do a little pull on the message this morning for the service. And if you are back, Jared, I'm going to send you your own personal one this morning afterwards. But I also wanted to make sure that I brought in more of the sacred by actually lighting a candle. And so sometimes when you go too fast, it doesn't work out the way that you had hoped. So maybe we'll put it, I've never done this before, to be fair, as you'll know, and I've always kind of thought about it and yet hadn't done it or made it a priority just yet. And so I am grateful that you have shown up today. For our divine, the divine guidance for this week is 25, which we're going to, if that's the only one for that one, and the foundation, 25 and 29. What is 25? Cellular healing. Oh, wow. Big week for us all, guys. So cellular healing says each cell within our body is a unique individual organism and each cell has memory. You have drawn this card because there are changes taking place on a cellular level. The vibrant green energy surrounding the cell in the image denotes healing, either of a physical or energetic nature. If it is on an energetic level, the healing energy moving through you is helping to release old cellular memories that your body is holding. On the physical level, you can expect to feel more energized and renewed as your body returns to its natural state of health. Woohoo! That's exciting. And number 29 as the foundation for that deck is about speaking your truth. So it is time to speak your truth. You no longer need to hold back what you have to say for fear of what others may think. You are being asked to speak up and share your feelings, your wisdom, and whatever is on your mind. When you have something to say, yet hold your words back through fear, you create a blockage in your energy and life. Speak up. What you have to say is important and worth being heard. If you are a public speaker or have a desire to speak publicly, this card encourages you to use your voice and calm your power. So with the healing that is taking place, then it's going to allow you to be able to have faith to speak your truth in a bigger way. Now, the Starseed Oracle, one of my favorites that I just got a couple months ago, or 2 months ago, I think I got this deck, and I decided to finally invest in them because I love them. Oh, we've got a few. So, double mission, Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you as the foundation, very much in alignment with speaking your truth too, because when your double mission is about serving the world by being you, it's important to actually learn how to do that. The cards that came out all at once that we're going to dive into is Fall into My Arms. So you are being supported, and you do need to trust that everything is working out for your greatest and highest good, even if it doesn't necessarily look like it right now. To the caterpillar, its transformation doesn't feel like it's working out for it either, but in the end, the butterfly is still the caterpillar, just in a different form, so rest assured. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life, big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And you've got the portal as well, which would tie right into the divine healing that is taking place. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. So you've got all of the sacred there in the background. You've got the forces up above supporting you too, and inner world. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings are here for you. So please do trust that all is well and is working out in your greatest and highest. If you leave a comment, then I will pull a card specific for you. I am going to just read the fall into my arms because that was on top. Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, which is aligned to the deep cellular healing card that we flipped first. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrows, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them at her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've lived. The activation. If you place this card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. So if you actually take a screenshot of this card, and then you can actually intend to hold that against your heart and say, I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Big picture thinking was one I pulled previously in a different deck, so it's definitely the vibe of this week. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. Hence Dreaming a New Dream Together series that I was sending to those subscribed to ljeh.ca. If you're not, please do. I'd love to send you messages regularly. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. The Pleiadian support is in this important stage in Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and allow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think, for it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. The Starseed Soul Inquiry, you can ask yourself these 3 questions. How are you being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? And the question that's not mentioned, what is currently blocking you that you are willing to release now. Your starseed ancestors mean you are not alone. And you have so much support there for you. The ancients knew. Here we go. So the ancients knew much more than we do about our connection with the stars. Their temples, pyramids, and other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if ancient wisdom is available for you now to uncover? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the stars' ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong, when we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth and one day will again. The Starseed activation, if you take a picture of this card so that you can focus on it and call it into your heart center as you do, you say, I'm ready to embrace ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. And the last of this deck, before we draw the final card for this morning, is Inner Earth. So, Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Ayurveda, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city of Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. Many have searched for inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive, surprising outcomes to your problems and situations, resolutions that are in the best interests of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. As Julia Cameron wrote in this morning's chapter on recovering your sense of autonomy, it's important for us to move physically because this is the temple our body worship, or this is the temple our soul worships in every day. My body is mine and yours is yours. So honoring that definitely will create movement in more ways than just physically. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something new that you normally wouldn't. Soon you'll see the whole new world of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so you can receive them. The Starseed Inquiry: what can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? And the question that I had asked as a third question, only because I thought there were three and there were only two, was about the blocks. So definitely working with where you're feeling blocked so that you can really move yourself where needs to be and be graceful with yourself in the process. The Sacred Traveler Oracle. Oh, wow. Fogged in. We got a little bit going on. Grace and gratitude. Interesting. And great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. So those were the three that just popped out. And view from above was at the base. But before we actually choose those ones, we're just going to ask the most appropriate card. We just want one jumper, please, Just only one. How are you this morning? I hope you're wonderful. I hope that your day is starting out in a way that helps you understand the blessing you are to this world. I hope that that remembrance in you allows you to come into your week ahead with a level of optimism that sometimes our past disappointments keep us from remembering. And because we are not getting any jumpers, we're going to just take the card that came out and said, enjoy the journey, the wandering path. This is where we are. If we wake up in the morning and we look at everything we have to do this day, then it's a daunting day ahead because we don't give ourselves the room to be creative the way that Julia Cameron talked about in the message this morning. And Journey by Moonlight as well is at the foundation. But first, we're going to read Wandering Path. So, you don't always need to know where you're going. Accept the fact that sometimes the path in life is circuitous and meandering. Yet know that you're always exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't seem like it. Be present with your journey. Embrace everything that you encounter on the path. It's all for your highest good. Accept what is. This is the key to inner power. And then the Sacred Traveler wants you to know when you're traveling, you are in the present moment. A mystic traveler has no specific goals for the future and is not focused upon the destination. Everything is fresh and new. At times, it's difficult to accept everything that occurs on the road of life, especially if the road seems to twist and turn in unexpected ways. It's an act of courage and faith to accept what is without judgment or dismay, and to keep going. Trust that there is a plan for your life and it's unfolding perfectly. Have faith that you're on the road that you're meant to travel on. Accepting what is doesn't mean that you can't work to change it, because you can. However, this card does suggest that every experience is supporting you for your highest good and your spiritual evolution. If there's something you can't accept, start by gently accepting the fact that you can't accept it. Allowing for your own wandering path is the key to grace and peace in your life. And Journey by Moonlight, the foundation and last card for our group reading today, says magic is all around you. Spiritual dimensions and mystical realms are only a thought away. The veil is thin right now between you and the realm of the fairies, elves, angels, and spirit beings. It's indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to these realms is to trust. Even if you can't see, trust that you are being supported in mysterious and wondrous ways. All is not as it seems. Trust your intuition and those nudges from spirit. Believe. And the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, when the traveler journeys by moonlight, mystical beings emerge and magic abounds in the depths of the enchanted forest. Even though the traveler can't see clearly, he trusts that blessings and support are being showered over him and his life. The key to having miracles transpire in your life is to believe in magic and trust that you are supported by unseen beings in accordance with your higher good. So that was the first card reading that I have done, and I will get better at it. And I hope that you had fun, because I did, and I appreciate you for joining me today. And I hope you got the message that you needed from today, and look forward to coming together with you again next Sunday for the final reading of Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. And what we may do is actually do a recycling after that, and then start with chapter 1, but actually dig into it more. Having already read it, now we can actually start practicing it. So it doesn't just become something that needed to be read once and then abandoned, but instead we can actually enter the void, embrace the winter and the great cosmic womb of using what was already started. So that's fun. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. That's just what I do. So it's the same reason that I decided to make a separate video rather than do the card pull as part of the sacred self compassion service. It felt more appropriate to separate it. And this is something that I love to do. So if you like it too, please do like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel too. And let me know what is important to you, because I love making videos that are relevant to where you're at and that will ultimately help you in being able to take your next steps with greater confidence and belief in yourself, because my purpose is to remind you of your essence, which is why we started the Sacred Self Compassion service by putting some frankincense onto my crown and third eye and just uplifting myself with the essence of frankincense, which is very wealthy and is a signature of wealth and abundance and other things too that I am less well versed in, but do know that it's significant that I started that with that experience, and it's coming into this one too. So I am excited to see what comes from here, and things are definitely shifting, and I am grateful to be with you. If you are interested, on Tuesday night, I will post this to Meetup so that you can actually join Michael and I on the screen. But we're going to go through the sacred sojourn of the soul that I have been working on for so long, because I want to understand what I've created from the perspective of the Ascended Masters. And so that's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you are able to join us. The Mystic Music Mad Hatter's Album 22 project has wrapped up, and we have 22 songs. So the musicians that have submitted songs are going to be joining together at 3:30 on Tuesday as well, Eastern Standard Time, to figure out how to really make the impact that this project can be and will be because of who's involved in it. So if that is something that you're involved in, I'll look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 3:30 before the 6 p.m. Sacred Self-Compassion experience, or the Sacred Sojourn of the Soul deep dive with Michael and I. And on Thursday, as always, we'll read the next part of Saint Germain on Alchemy at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this card pull, I suspect, is going to become part of what happens on Sundays after the Sacred Self-Compassion service. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll look forward to being with you again very soon, and wish you a new beginning too. You got a new beginning. First light. Hold tight, my friends. We got this. The light has already won. So if the fear of what you see happening around and all that madness is taking you down to lower emotional experiences, please understand that you chose to be here for this. We all did. And the light is stronger than the darkness, which is why they're pulling out all the stops. And as you saw from, at least here in Ontario, where two of their corrupt measures were revoked already within 24 hours of being issued, yeah, you'll understand we've got so many good people here that are holding the light and doing what's right. And we got others that are selling themselves and others out too. And that's karma that they'll have to pay for at the end. But if we keep ourselves strong, then it was just part of the test. It's part of the initiations that our soul is going through on this journey. So I hope that that serves you, and look forward to seeing you at one of the upcoming opportunities this week too. Toodaloo. Sarjay. Namaste. Namago.